Hello everybody, welcome back for another fun science experiment provided by the naturalist educators at Rocky Park Foundation. My name is Jaime, and today we're going to be talking about identifying clouds. We will also learn what the different cloud types means in terms of weather and how clouds are formed. First, what is a cloud and how are clouds made? A cloud is a large collection of very tiny droplets of water or ice crystals. The droplets are so small and light that they can float in the air. Clouds are formed when rising air through expansion cools to the point where some of the water molecules clump together faster than they are torn apart by the thermal energy. Some of that water vapor, invisible, condenses to form visible cloud droplets or ice crystals. As light passes through a cloud, it interacts with the water droplets, scattering all colors equally, which makes the cloud appear white against the blue sky. Sunlight reaches Earth's atmosphere and it is scattered in all directions by all the gases and particles in the air. Blue light it scatters more than other colors because it travels at shorter, smaller waves. This is why we see a blue sky most of the time. Before we get into the different cloud types, let's talk about a special tool that we can use to help us identify the different clouds. Scientists in many fields like to use a special tool called a dichotomous key. A dichotomous key is a tool that allows the user to determine the identity of the items in the natural world, such as trees, wildflowers, mammals, reptiles, rocks, and fish. Keys consist of a series of choices that lead the user to the correct name of the given item. Dichotomous means divided into two parts. The dichotomous key, used to identify clouds on your screen, was created by NASA. We use this key during our cloud experiment, and a link to this key can be found in the bio of this video. As you can see, this key can easily be used to identify a cloud by looking at the pictures as well as the altitude of the base of the cloud found on the left-hand side of the key. Now we get to the fun part. We get to create your own scientific journal that is going to help you record your cloud observations. To this, take a blank piece of paper and add the scientific data you want to collect. Most scientists record the date, the time, and location of their experiments, so this will be important information to include. You will also want to add a box like the one on the screen with 10 different cloud types with checkbox so you can check off the cloud you see. You can also add a cloud over a box to indicate whether the sky is clear, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, or overcast during your experiment. You can also include a box to record the visual opacity of the cloud. For example, the cloud could be opaque, meaning you cannot see through them, translucent, meaning you can see some light through the cloud, but it is a little bit opaque, or transparent, meaning the cloud is perfectly so you can see through. You may also wish to collect the information on the temperature of the air during your experiment, any weather condition like rain, snow, sun. And now we're going to start with the first type of cloud. Cirrus clouds are the first type of cloud we're going to talk about. Cirrus clouds are the high feathery clouds that usually means a change in weather is on the way. The Cirrostratus Cloud, that are thin, sheet-like, high clouds that often cover the entire sky, but allow the sun and moon to shine through. Cumulus clouds are high-altitude clouds usually occurring at 16,000 and 40,000 feet. Like other cumulus clouds, cirrocumulus clouds signify convection, or the movement caused within a fluid by the tendency of hotter and less dense material arise and colder, denser material to sink under the influence of gravity, which consequently result in the transfer of heat. Stratus clouds are low gray clouds that may have very little variation. Cumulus clouds are white clouds often described as puffy or cotton-like in appearance. Cumulus clouds may appear alone, in lines, or in clusters. Alto cumulus clouds are mid-level clouds that have individual clouds, elements, or heap of clouds. Stratus clouds are low-level clouds that cover the entire sky with a broad sheet and that produce steady rain of low to moderate intensity with no thunder and lightning. Stratocumulus clouds are low clouds with a mixture of layers, stratus and puffy cumulus portions. Sometimes they consist of small cumulus bands lined up in neat rows. Cumulonimbus clouds are a type of cloud that is tall, dense, and associated with thunderstorms and other intense weather. Contrary clouds are condensation trails or clouds formed due to the exhaust of a jet aircraft. Alright friends, and this is the end of the lesson of cloud identification today. We hope you have fun learning about the cloud identification with us. To keep up with the latest, follow Trochimeros Park Foundation on Facebook and Trochimeros Park Foundation on Instagram. It's at tmparkfoundation.org. If you have any ideas, please write to us, or if you have any comments, please write to us again. Until next time, and don't forget to be a good steward.